All right, we have time for one more. So right here in the red, you win.
Hi, my name's Lori Halverson, and I'm a parent who's been following Common Core since Maryland applied for Race to the Top. And Checker, I have a question for you. You said that if we have a better idea that we could put it on the table.
Please.
My question is, as a parent, how do I do that? If I want to change a standard in the Common Core now, I mean, before Common Core, I could just go to my local PTA. They would help me, and we could go to the district, and a change could be made, and it happens that way. But how can I make a change with the Common Core state standards?
Well, actually, much the same way, because there remains enormous flexibility for your school and your district and the state of Maryland, both to decide on specific content and to add to and, frankly, subtract from the Common Core and to alter it in other ways. There are no Common Core cops. Nobody is policing how Maryland implements for faithfully, imaginatively, not at all, the Common Core standards. If Maryland joins with other states in a common test, then the degree to which it deviates from what other states are doing will probably turn up in the test results on the common test. You can use other tests to supplement it. But honestly, the Common Core is not some police state effort to mandate what your kid's school is going to do at 10:15 in the morning. It describes where it would be nice to have your kid at the end of 6th grade in English and math, period. And it leaves most of the rest to decisions the same way the current system does.
Yeah, if I can add something, and I think this is an area where Emmett and I may agree and where maybe we can work together. It is great that we have parents so much more engaged now. And in many cases, what we have are school districts that are making bad decisions, curricular and others, and blaming it on the Common Core. In Montgomery County, Maryland, there's a lot of push to do away with the math acceleration, for example. That's been very important to the gifted education community, which is crazy. And the district will say, well, it's because of the Common Core. Well, that's a bunch of baloney, I will say, to keep it family-friendly, right? There's nothing in the Common Core that says you need to get rid of math acceleration. They're just using that as an excuse. So if we can take these parents and active parent groups that have gotten fired up over these issues and get them to pressure their local school boards and school officials, and say to them, where in the Common Core does it say we're supposed to get rid of math acceleration or any of the other silliness that we see out there, and push them to actually implement the Common Core with solid, traditional, rigorous kinds of curriculum that we would be happy to have for our children. Then I think we can start turning this conversation in a very positive direction.
Well, I think that's a great question, and the answer to the specific question is there's no easy way for you to go and get that standard changed, and you have to get it changed for 45 states that are participating in it, and then that's going to involve the federal government, the testing consortia, the associations that own the standards. They'll all be involved in that. So it's very difficult, and there's a lot that you might want to change. You might disagree with this shift in the ELA standards. You might want Algebra 1 to be in 8th grade, which is what was recommended by the National Math Advisory Panel. You might disagree with these early learning standards and agree with the 500 early learning psychologists and professionals who expressed grave concern about them. And including Dr. Carla Horowitz of the Yale Child Study Center, who said the core standards will cause suffering, not learning for many, many young children, and she was ignored. So it is a very real question, and there's no answer for it. The only answer is that you are disempowered.
Emmett, she was ignored because she doesn't have science on her side. And even Sandy Styotsky would agree. We need young children learning content, Edie Hirsch-style content, and that's what a lot of these early child educators don't want to see. Are you
these were child psychologists and psychiatrists who precisely raised the point because it was contrary to science. No. So you have it calls on children in grades K to 2 to reason abstractly and quantitatively, and to construct viable arguments and critique the reasoning of others.
Worth
So
trying.
what's going to happen to these children, according to the psychologist, is that many of them will be labeled as learning delayed when they are not.
Emma, you've
Students
got a
will be
lot of
held
strong
back and
arguments.
tracked into remedial classes.
The lunch
Teachers
is
will be
waiting.
inaccurately labeled as ineffective.
We're all, but I do want to say I particularly like the last question that we got because if nothing else, we can see that this is a question that engages a lot of people and parents.